As you can see, our mixture is a bit crumbly, but so what we're going to do is we're just going to get in there with our hands. Make sure you washed your hands first, and then we're just going to kind of ball it up and then just help it to stick together. So this dough, it's really nice for cutout cookies because it's firm and it's not too squishy. So I'm just going to bag them up and I'm going to put them in the refrigerator so they can solidify even more. I leave my dough in the refrigerator for about an hour. I left this one in about 3 hours on accident, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. But once it comes out, I'm just going to break off the little pieces of it so I can roll it out easier without having too big of a piece. So as you can see, I'm just rolling it out, and I'm going to make it till it's about 1/4 of an inch thick, probably thinner than that. This day, I did make my cookies a little bit thicker than I normally do just because I was really tired of rolling. But I'm just going to press the cookie cutter in there and then pull it out if it doesn't stick to the cookie cutter. But like I just showed you, these cookies are pretty thick, which makes them even better and makes a good frosting to cookie ratio. Here's my first pan of cookies I'm putting in the oven. I'm just going to bake these at 350 for about 10 minutes. Moving on to the frosting, in my bowl I went ahead and put my egg whites, and then I'm going to add some lemon extract. I'm doubling this recipe, so normally you would use 3 egg whites and 2 teaspoons of lemon extract. So I'm doubling it, so I have 6 egg whites and I'm going to put in 4 teaspoons of extract. If you want to use vanilla extract, almond extract, peppermint, anything you want would taste amazing in here, but so far lemon is my favorite. Not on the chocolate cookies though. I wasn't a fan of lemon on the chocolate cookies. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix it all together, and then I'm going to add about 1 pound of powdered sugar. Since I'm doubling it, I'm adding about 2 pounds of powdered sugar. But these cookies are so good. I don't even think I've talked about how good they are yet. Just amazing. I found this vanilla cookie recipe somewhere about a year ago. During the pandemic, when we all had to stay at home, I decided to go ahead and learn how to decorate cookies. And so I started to decorate them, and I really enjoyed doing it. So this vanilla cookie recipe was my go-to recipe for making cookies, and then this is the first time I've actually made the chocolate cookie recipes, and they are delicious. They taste like you're eating a brownie with icing on it. It's so good. Those were first to go out of all the cookies I made were the chocolate cookies. So I would highly recommend those. Maybe with a peppermint extract or icing or an almond icing, they would be just, oh, so good. So I would definitely recommend making those without the lemon icing. With my icing, I like it to be thick. I don't like to have to worry about having runny icing and then my design just spilling all over the place. So the consistency that I want it is, it's going to be pretty hard to use the hand mixer when you're stirring it. It should be where you can pick it up and it will take a minute until it drops back down. See, as you can see, as I'm putting it in the bowls to color it, it is pretty thick for royal icing, but it's kind of like the texture of a thin buttercream. So just whatever feels right to you, that's the way you should go. Make it a little thicker than you would want it, and then it will be perfect. For coloring, I'm putting about 2 scoops in each bowl, and then I have Wilton Food Colors. I'm going to be using yellow, red, brown, and green, and then I'm saving a little in my bowl for white. So I take a toothpick and I just wipe it on the side or wipe it through the icing. I don't usually like to wipe it through the icing just in case I need to go back and use more coloring, and then that way I don't have to use like 40 toothpicks per color. So I just usually wipe it on the side of the bowl and then go in with a spoon and mix it all together. The red icing, I had so much trouble with getting it red. I did have to mix in some black, but once it was on the cookie and it dried, it looked a lot more red than it looked in the bowl. In the bowl, it just looked very pink. are the cookies out of the oven and all cooled off. Usually each batch makes about 18 cookies. And I rolled mine pretty thick, so it made a few less, especially of the chocolate ones. But I did get a good amount of cookies out of there, in my opinion. So I am by far not a professional cookie decorator. I just picked up practicing cookie decorating last year, like I mentioned earlier in the video. And I've just been watching other YouTube videos and trying to figure out how best to decorate cookies. I found pictures of some cookies, just pretty basic ones, and I decided I was going to try it out. This is just a classic gingerbread man that I'm decorating. I'm just doing little swirls. I'm not decorating the whole cookie. I tried, I failed, so I decided to go basic instead. I'm just doing my little swirls, and then I'll give him some hair and some buttons and some eyes, just stuff like that. I'm making some snow globe looking cookies, Mrs. Claus cookies, stars, trees, and just the gingerbread. I'm pretty sure that's it. But I hope you can kind of pick up some tips from watching me decorate the cookies. I just use a toothpick and use that as my scribe tool. I have not been able to find a scribe tool at Hobby Lobby. I know you can buy them online, but I haven't because I don't really want to because I can use a toothpick. But like, I think it's pretty easy. After you get the icing the right consistency, you can pretty much do anything with icing cookies. Well, not anything because I'm still struggling with some cookies that I'm trying to decorate. But for the most part, you can do pretty much anything if you have artistic ability and the right thickness of icing. If you have it too thick, you can't really do anything. It won't come out of the piping bag. If you have it too thin, then it just spews all over the place. But yeah, you need it that perfect consistency, and then it's just a really good thing where you can decorate almost anything you can think of. So I line my countertops with parchment paper just to help control the mess. It is a pretty messy thing. I'm actually allergic to food coloring, so not the best hobby for me to have, decorating cookies. But it's nothing like deadly. I just get hives, so I can live with it because the cookies taste good, and I use a lot of white. But I do use other colors because I decorate them from other people. Surprisingly enough, I actually am not a huge fan of cookies. Everybody raves about this cookie recipe, and I really like it too. I don't like the icing on it, but everybody else, they're like, oh, these cookies are so good. I have friends I've given them to that they all really like them. I'm just not a big rolled out cookie fan. I don't know why. Chocolate chip cookies, yeah, I'll eat all day. Anything else like that. But for some reason, these cookies, I love to decorate them. I'm just not a big fan of eating them. But everybody else in my house eats them, so it works out. It balances itself out. So, here I just have his little eyes, his little smile. I just did 2 big dots for the eyes and then 2 big dots for the smile with a line connecting it. But yeah, this is my first cookie I've attempted for the gingerbread man, and as you can see, it's turning out pretty decently. So you can definitely do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. That's all I have to say. Well, I'm probably going to go ahead and give you some music now because I don't know what else to talk to you about decorating cookies. So, yeah, just use a toothpick as your scribe tool, change them out often, wipe the tip off. Always wipe the tip off before you start with the icing bag to help not get the hardened parts of icing in there. But these cookies I just think are so cute. You can make them in either chocolate or white. The white icing on the white cookie doesn't look as cute. I think the chocolate cookie definitely pops more, and they're now my favorite kind to make, even over the vanilla that I've been making for a really long time. The vanilla I still really like to make. I just like the chocolate more because the colors just pop. You can tell on the Christmas trees, on the stars, on the gingerbread men, everything. It just pops. It looks really nice. It's very pleasing to me to see it. I'll decorate it on the nice chocolate background. here are the cookies all done. This is what they look like. I hope you enjoyed seeing my process of decorating cookies. And these are really good to give out at holidays. People always seem to enjoy them. So if you make them, please leave me a comment and let me know. Thank you guys for watching.